My name is Sergei Sergeev. I'm from Belarus, Minsk. I'm SharePoint and Microsoft 365 developer and consultant, also Microsoft MVP under Office development category. Mostly I work as independent contractor. In this demo, we talk about spfx-fast-serve. It's faster SharePoint Framework development. So let's go to the demo part. So what is spfx-fast-serve? That's the command line utility which modifies your SharePoint Framework build so that it runs continuous serve command as fast as possible. So what does it mean exactly? So let's start with this sample web part. So I have a very simple web part here, which simply outputs your context information. So if you run inside of SharePoint, then it prints your web information using REST API call. If you run inside Teams, then it prints out your Teams context information. So normally, when you develop SPFX web parts, then you have this gulp serve process running. I have it already running here. And when you modify the code, let's say I want to change it like this, and when you click save, then SPFX build pipeline starts a rebuild process, which rebuilds TypeScript, packs everything, and finally you can reload your page and see the changes. So for my web part here, this process took 7 seconds. So if I, let's say, revert it back like this, click save, then the process starts from the beginning. Again, it's a TypeScript task, then Webpack task, and this time again, it's 7 seconds. And I have to refresh to see my changes. So for small projects, it's more or less okay to have 7 seconds, but we developers, we want to see changes instantly. And if your project grows, if your code base grows, then this time, reload time, will be even bigger. For example, I have a logs from PnP modern search solution, and here when we run gulp serve and when we modify a file, then it takes, for example, TypeScript task. It's almost 8 seconds. Then we have Webpack, 11 seconds. We have copy assets, almost 1 second. In total, it's more than 20 seconds just to rebuild your process of your project after a file save, which is not very convenient in developer experience. So this is what spfx-fast-serve is trying to solve and is trying to improve, to decrease this reload time. So how to install it? It's very easy. First of all, you should install the CLI globally. So you should npm install spfx-fast-serve -g. So I have it installed, so I'm not going to run it. Then you should navigate to your SPFX project and simply run spfx-fast-serve. After this command, fast-serve CLI will update some files inside your SPFX project so that fast-serve mode will be available for you. So let's see what was changed. First of all, that's the package JSON file. It adds this dependency, which is very important dependency because it enables all different helpers and methods for fast-serve mode. Also, the CLI adds a new npm script command here. This command you should run if you want to run your build in a fast-serve mode. Basically, this message says that when you're done, you should execute npm run serve. That's this npm script. Then if we open gulp file here, then it adds these 2 lines. Again, these lines, they are very important because this method add fast-serve finally enables fast-serve mode for your SPFX build pipeline. And then if we go to our root, and then we can find the fast-serve folder, which contains the config file. Config file contains the initial settings you used when running the CLI. And additionally, you have a serve property where you can specify different additional configuration for your serve command. For example, open false means that it does not open the local workbench. You can specify open URL, so the exact URL you want to open. You can modify, for example, login level, full screen errors, etc. So you can change it here. And the last file, which is added by spfx-fast-serve tool, is webpack.extend file. So again, this file is added to support some advanced scenarios. If you, in your build, SPFX build, if you use this feature called build.configure webpack. So if you use any webpack modifications inside your SPFX build pipeline, so that you should also reapply this configuration into the webpack.extend.js for fast-serve. For example, here I use webpack alias. So this is resolve alias. That's the feature which allows me to write code, to write import like this. So import from @src/ etc. So I have it configured here. And also I have it configured here in my webpack.extend.js so that it is also supported inside fast-serve. So let's see it in action, and let's see whether it really improves the performance for my webpack. So again, before running in a fast-serve mode, it executes gulp bundle command. This is a required step. Because this step creates some configuration files needed for fast-serve. That is why this step is always included. And now we are running in a fast-serve mode. And again, if I do the same trick, if I go to components header, and if I change this text to be like 111, click save. And I have to refresh here, because I'm running from scratch. Okay, let's change it to 222, click save. And you see that this time the rebuild time is drastically decreased. So it's just 300 of milliseconds instead of 7 seconds. And also I can see my changes live in a hosted workbench, which is automatically reloaded. So if I change to 5, click save again, it's 200 of milliseconds. So you see, it is faster. And this is how this problem of slow reload builds is solved by SPFX-fast-serve. Moreover, it works in teams, because if you remember, that's the context info web part. It works in different hosts. If you go to Viva Connections, it works inside Viva Connections. I have demo page here, so I can change it again to 111, click save, and you see it also automatically refreshes the page inside Viva Connections as well. When I click save, it refreshes again. And if we go to Teams and then to my custom tab here, context info, then it works in a custom tab. So this time the context is Teams. That is why the information here is a bit different, because that's the information from SPFX Teams SDK object. But exactly the same way, you can modify your context. You can click save, and you can see the results of this change almost immediately. So basically, this is how it works, how to configure it. In future, in the next version of SPFX, a new component card extensions will be supported by fast-serve as well. But how it works, or why it is so fast? First of all, because fast-serve uses completely custom webpack-based build, and this build is optimized for performance. For example, all compilations, they are done in memory, so the file system is not used. That is why it's the faster. Also, type checking is fully asynchronous. And the last thing is that when we change anything, like I did before, when we change a React component, then Webpack does not rebuild everything, because by default, SPFX build rebuilds everything if you change a single file. but the fast-serve rebuilds only needed files. That is why incremental builds so faster inside spfx-fast-serve. And I have a few minutes left, and I would like to show you a feature I added just a week ago. This feature, it is called hot module replacement. So if you have experience with Create React app, probably you know what is HMR, hot module replacement. Basically, as I demoed before, when I change a file or a source code, then Webpack rebuilds my source files, and then finally it refreshes the page. But the idea behind HMR feature is that instead of performing a full page refresh, because sometimes it might be slow to perform a full page refresh, it tries to apply a partial update to the page. So it grabs your changed React component and replaces outdated component on the page with a new one which came from the backend. So basically, this is how this feature works. And to enable, you should set hot refresh to true here. Let's run npm run serve and see how it works in action. Now I'm going to open my styles at the beginning. Okay, let's wait for a while. Yeah, when the fast-serve initially builds the project, then the time is big because it builds everything, but all subsequent builds are a lot faster. Now, let me refresh it again because I'm running from scratch. Now, let's say I would like the subheader color to be red. So I change it to red, click Save. And now you see the magic. It does not perform a full page refresh. Instead, it simply applies a partial update. So if I want background color to be, I don't know, like this, click Save. Then again, it dynamically applies without full page refresh. I can change padding. And again, it does not refresh page. I can even change something inside source code in TypeScript, like this, click Save, and again, it does not refresh the page. So this feature is considered as experimental because it still requires some configuration. For example, it works only with TypeScript 4. You have to install Mastaq compiler 4. Also, you should be aware that it does not work for all components. Sometimes it falls back to the full page refresh. That is why you can try it, and if it works for your project, then you can use this HMR feature. So basically, yeah, this is it from my side. Thank you very much.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Sergei, on that one. Really, 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 really cool. So there was a lot of comments. Why don't we have this natively out of the box and supported and all of that? And maybe we will be at some point. So let's see. Right now, it's available as a individual package. And thank you, Sergei. Really awesome stuff. Absolutely.